All right.
You know,
I'm going to tell you
we can't
something crazy.
Can't be all powerful all night. Tell me.
No. Something crazy that will happen. We are going to get... We're going to get a Syndra mid. And we're going to get Syndra versus Zoe through mid.
Okay. Okay, Syndra versus Zoe. Very aggressive matchup. You heard it here first from Hysterics. If he's right, make sure to show him love and adoration. But the Jinx, now locked in. Strong in the bot lane.
Man, what's wrong about that one?
you know, for every time you make a shot, you might miss 5 shots. But the point is, you still made that singular shot. But here it is. Ryze was left open. And since Ryze is left open, Ryze comes through. Hysterics' dreams are crushed. Yeah. And now we're probably going to get a lot more of a standard matchup. Still always potential for something like a Syndra to come out in response, but that would be cool. I'd like it.
But will Xie just pick Twisted Fate?
That is a very Xie pick. And that was also the pick that led 2020 LGD to so much success. When we talk about Xie, right?
Yep.
And we talk about Xie playing for Peanut, a lot of those games are on the Twisted Fate. And the thing I really liked about Xie's TF was, you know, typically you see with TF, right, you play away from the TF lane. It just makes sense. He has the global. But back on that LGD roster, Peanut would put a lot of ganks towards mid. You have the gold card to set up. So always different ways of, you know, playing around specific matchups. TT now going to ban out mid laners, which still leaves the hope, the possibility up.
Of what?
I don't know, Syndra or Zoe or something.
All right, good.
I think Syndra would be a lot more likely knowing Xie, and it is, you know, it's a winning matchup in mid for Syndra, so it is possible. But like you said, we have other picks available, the TF, the Galio. You also always could just default back to something like a Victor in this kind of matchup where you will be able to win out heavily in the 1v1. And for WE, right? Because this series, WE in the early game have not done a single thing. WE have waited until the late game. They've relied on those team fights, and more specifically, they've kind of relied on TT making mistakes.
True. I mean, WE picked up a Baron to finish game 1. In game 2, they didn't get a chance to do anything because they kind of just walked into them, and we're going to get a Camille there. All right, so let's see what happens through top support. A lot of teams don't counter-pick support here in the league, Lyric, but there are actually no supports picked up, so SouthWind. You gonna get safe top? No. Leave Gnar. Stop picking standard. You're at the bottom of the league, Lyric. Try new things.
You know, they'll try new things, which is why they save support for last. Again, always potential for something a little bit crazy. And this is where, you know, if you're someone who watches on Twitch and you have like 200,000 channel points, this is where you all in on TT. This is where you all in on TT after seeing how the first 2 games went out, hoping that some kind of ridiculous throw doesn't happen again, and then when they don't win, you come and you blame me. That's how it goes. Okay. Leona locked in. Very standard draft on both sides so far. A bunch of team fighting. TT having more potential to move from mid so far with the Ryze, but WE can very quickly change that. And you said it. You said it. You said the words. You said the 2 letters. Oh!
No
there
way.
it is. There it is. I told you they could do it.
No
they could
way.
do it. It wins. It wins. They're gonna do it.
Oh my god. Oh no. No, do Ahri. No. So close. Can do Lulu. Lyric. What are these drafts? TT's your last game. Bring out Urgot.
They have to pick a support.
Oh, I don't care. Play Gnar support. I played for Nectin support. Just what? Why draft standard? Try something.
Because, look. When you don't draft standard, sometimes people can get mad. You know what would happen? What you want to do, if you're on a team right now, you're viewing this as, hey, we might be down, we might be out, we might be kicked to the curb, but there is still time to try and learn for next split. Now you might be thinking, aren't there scrims for that, Lyric? Yes, there are. So, you know, my point may be a little bit mute, but point is, standard drafts coming through. Still some potential aggression, especially for WE, who have the Leona, have the Ahri, the Zhao being there. My problem is, we're saying WE have the possibility to be the aggressive ones. We haven't seen that.
No.
Not once.
No, we have not.
Not even a little bit.
But hey, at least we're in a game 3. So we know that walking away from this final game with our standard drafts, we're going to get an answer for who is the best, second best from worst team in the LPL, and who is not the second best from worst team in the LPL. See what I said? I didn't say the worst team.
Yeah, that's also why in, you know, our segment, the Golden Ricks, if you missed the Golden Ricks, you oh God.
Oh, you
missed out. That's why we didn't have the worst play, the split with most questionable play. Because, again, sometimes people see things that we cannot see. So, I want to go in assuming they have great logic with the play that they're trying to make. And also, look at that Gwen skin. She has pink hair. Pink is my favorite color.
Is it?
Therefore, yeah, I love pink.
Okay, therefore what?
Hey, a lot of the statements you make have no follow-up. I'll still remember when you said a play was like seeing a pie on a windowsill. You never broke down why. You never said what that meant. You just ended right there and moved on.
Well,
that's what I did. Pink's my favorite color. That's it.
A pie on a windowsill, like, if you see that, you think, oh, I should steal that. Or I'd like a bite out of that. You know, it's... I don't know how many people in life have actually come across a pie on a windowsill, but that would be...
So you're going like 90s cartoons, because that actually used to be a thing.
Yeah.
You know, thinking back to like things like Tom and Jerry and stuff like that. The pie on the windowsill of the neighbor, the old lady whose face is never revealed in an episode. That's what it's like.
It's always... And it's always, you know, the cartoon character's always drawn to the pie. And they always steal it. But it's... I don't know. I don't know if anyone in real life has actually experienced a pie on the windowsill. I don't know if people still... Hey, BiuBiu has obviously watched The Shy. Did he watch our segment? I actually think BiuBiu watched our segment, but the problem is on red side.
Oh, no.
How does he get out? Well, he should be fine for now, but he's going to take a pretty rough trade here. Ghost helps him, but he does have to pop it to escape.
Yeah, I had to pop the Ghost, taking a huge trade. And this is in a lane where early on... he should be favored. He should be the one coming out ahead. So had to already use his potion as well. Still should be able to win in terms of like any all-ins to happen, but pretty rough that he had to burn that.
Yep.
Because just like how he's been watching The Shy, TT have also watched The Shy, and they know how to counteract that by moving more members over.
Huff used to play with him, so you got that first-hand experience. Curious to watch topside. See how BiuBiu actually survives the lane. Looks okay for now, but he's already lost his pot, and New has an advantage. He's got fleet, so not going to be the exact same as the Shy just running into Chair. Ashik and Kedaya, meanwhile, getting bullied out as well, so nice little start here. And, you know, coming into this final game, I don't know what to expect, Lyric. I don't know. I don't really know what, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the sentence.
Here's what to expect. Right now, Bei Shang is heading down. He's going to be spotted by a ward. No action's going to happen because Puff had back. Am I saying all of this in hindsight as I see it happening? Yes, I am. But look at your mini-maps. Bei Shang is invading the enemy jungle. And when you invade the enemy jungle, you know what that means? It means action can potentially happen. And what is action? Action is when two people put up their fists and tussle, just like Xie and Yukal are doing now. Therefore, I don't know.
I just realized I could have given you this to solo cast. You know, you wanted to solo cast, and it could have been my gift to you.
It could have, because, you know, someone messaged me and they said, hey, last year you went on a date with chat. You haven't done that again yet. Oh. And I'm like, what could I do? All these people that I work with just keep coming and interrupting because, you know, they have this thing called no respect. So would have been cool. Still hasn't gotten to happen. I do remember people did also call us down bad because me and you made too many dating references last year, which we haven't done this year since, thank God.
I think Gilborg told me to stop projecting last year. So that was something. We went through a lot of dating analogies actually. If you're wondering, you know, tuning into Game 3 of WE versus TT, you're like, hey, what's happening? This series is nothing but pride. TT and WE are out. TT are going to be last unless WE lose every single series 0-2. And look, they've just won a game. TT are going to be last no matter what. And, you know, we're just along for the ride. Game 1 was hilarious. I don't know how TT lost it, but I'm not even sure what happened. It's my favorite game of the split somehow.
Yeah, I mean, Game 1 had its quirks. This game resembling that game very closely, considering the fact that nothing has happened yet. But we're about to hit the level 6 point. Of course, UCal having that Realm Warp is going to open up those opportunities to make plays across the map. Looks like WE, though, are going to be the first aggressors. Ping's coming out towards topside so far. Of course, Gnar, Gwen and Mini Gnar, very squishy, very easily able to be set up for these dives and to be able to look to exploit. Frigid on the opposite side, though, covering for his bot lane.
Yeah, Shing and Kedaya probably going to burn a flash here, but Frigid, I think, is already spotted out. The control ward at least seeing through the try, but maybe didn't walk close enough. Anyway, nothing happens at the end. It just goes back towards the top side. UCal has Realm Warp. That's what we're waiting for, along with Xie to start moving as well. I'm more curious about the top side because it's BiuBiu on Gwen once again. And he had a very good time in Game 1 against News. I'm kind of surprised that we just go back to it.
I do want to see more emphasis put towards the bot side, though. Despite, you know, this matchup, these players, and even just hitting on the top lane, whenever you have Enchanter supports come on the bot side, right? Very squishy, very fragile champions. If you can burn their summoners, can't walk forward, can't look to take turret plates like typically they'd want to, and just very easy to set up ganks on. So for WE, I'd like that they're putting more emphasis on the spot lane matchup when TT and when Puff and SouthWind can be punished. So we've seen Beishong hovering a lot around this side so far. And for TT, it's a lot about covering that, not letting it be exploited. As WE get Dragon, but TT might find a fight.
Yeah, but Xie, if he comes in, remember, he has no mana. Here we go. Realm Warp taken. Knock up onto Frigid. UCal just pieced out. UCal literally just disappeared. He just left his jungle behind.
Yeah, UCal leaving Frigid to fail. I mean, Frigid just coming back in onto the roster. TT not quite sure what they want to go for, but trying to find the follow-up.
Okay.
UCal not having the same potential to run people down as typically would on Ryze. Doesn't have the phase rush, but he's still looking for it.
And the Death Rocket comes through as well. Look, TT just turned in a whim. A double kill over to Puff, and UCal, okay, makes up for it now.
And cool, following through with that emphasis on bot side that we were just talking about. 2-0 on the Jinx now. You have an Enchanter support that's going to buff you up later on. You have a front line in the Gnar, and can set up for those resets coming out from Frigid later on. So TT off to a bit of a banging start. They've been off to a banging start all 3 games.
Yep.
At least WE, though, were proactive. They were the ones trying to set this up. This TT come in, and like you said, UCal's like, sorry, buddy, I'm out of here. They find the first pick, but Kedaya and Shing don't get dissuaded. They keep running forward, but that's kind of to their detriment. Puff finding the slow. UCal able to get some damage off as well. And even though I hit on, hey, no phase rush, still having the confidence that if he pushes them between turret, Puff now hitting 6 has a super mega death rocket, and they're able to pick up a nice, clean 2 kills.
That's not surprising. I mean, I think WE have had, big early games through the past couple of years. Like, this team has not really had a problem through early. It's always been transitioning. Always been, like, mid-game for TT. And, with UCal and Chieftain coming into the roster, now it's Frigid. For some reason, Chieftain got subbed out after game 1 after losing the Baron, which I just find hilarious. They've played towards their strengths, and it's nice to see, but again, early game has been one thing, but TT's mid-game something else. Game 2, they rectified that, but game 3 is going to be different. We'll see 1k gold lead, 2-0 Jinx, you already mentioned. Let's see Puff carry, and UCal just hit bot over and over and over again.
Still, though, WE putting that pressure on the bot side that we were hitting on earlier, gonna at least be able to take away the blue buff, but getting some vision down, sets up for follow-up plays on the bottom lane. the fact that you have the Leona means you should have advantage in terms of the all-ins and the 3v3s when they do come out. The only problem that could be is in terms of like item disadvantage, right? We see the pickaxe now being picked up for Puff, so we'll be a bit stronger in those 2v2 trades. Xing looks like he, actually not gonna go pick up the Krugs. Gonna stay in lane, push this out, and we get back to the chill state we were in before. But guess what, Hysterics?
What?
Frigid has this thing called the Rift Herald.
He does. He's got to put it somewhere. Now, in our time of chatting, I've been looking through all like the status effects, type of crowd control in the game. And I've been looking through, and so far, there's only like 3 that I've seen that only one champion has, right? I talked about Berserk, which is Renata. I also talked about Kinematics, which is Rel's ulti. I actually also found Suspension. There is actually a thing called Suspension. And Suspension is Nami. So I'm not sure if it's ult or if it's Q. But yeah, Suspension is not a stun. It's not a root. It's not a knock-up. And because Tidal Wave is a knock-up. So yeah. So Aqua Prison, Nami's Q is a Suspension, which she's the only one that has, which is kind of pog.
Huh. Yeah, that is.
Find you more.
So
It's like a learning
Suspension
session.
is a stun, but the unit pretends to be airborne. What interesting wording
Pretends.
on abilities. Yeah. It actually says pretends.
Right. Pretends to be airborne.
I
What does
don't
that
know,
mean?
That's coming from the League Wiki. So, as BiuBiu
He's not going to die.
gets the
Mega.
snips. That's true.
I
But
just-
you're right.
just
But hey,
pretends.
I don't write the wording. But point is, Rift Herald did come out like we said. Look at the mid lane. UCal has push. He can start moving down to the spot side first, and TT can threaten to just take this turret outright.
Trying. Xing has wave clear. Herald's still there. Did you say Herald's still there?
No, I said they used Herald, but guess what? TT drop Herald. UCal pushes out mid, gives him tempo for the dragon. WE can't look to contest. And WE kind of just going to be playing to the same rhythm they've been playing all series long. I mean, their late game skirmishing's fine, right? You have the Aphelios, you have the invulnerabilities from the Gwen and the Zhao to serve as frontliners. You made it very extremely evidently clear in game 1 that a Gwen can solo carry a game. So BiuBiu, if TT make one mistake, can always look to pop off.
What other mechanic do you want to hear about, Lyric? What other mechanic?
I don't know. What other unique, interesting ones are there?
Well,
huh?
there's obviously Sleep and Drowsy, which is Lilia and Zoe. They're the
Yep.
two that have that. And Drowsy and Sleep, like they're different mechanics. Like Drowsy is the mechanic before where you are slowed, then you fall asleep. And then Sleep is the actual sleep part, right? Like Lilia's ulti. Polymorph is a mechanic that is also silence, but then you transform. Lulu is the only one with that. And then silence, obviously a mechanic that has been shifted out of the game more and more. Blitzcrank, Cho'Gath, Fiddle, Garen. Ballista actually does it to her allies. Ryze technically has a silence. Did you know? As flashes burn from Kedaya in the bottom lane. Let's see if we get action. His ulti actually silences allies. So yeah, so when you go into that ulti, you are silenced technically.
There's also Cripple. That's one I remember off the top of my head. I think
Ooh.
your Nasus. Those are two off the top of my head. Yeah, the attack speed slow. Riposte has it. Obviously Wither.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it. Fiora, Malphite, Nasus with a cripple.
Oh, Malphite as well. Yeah.
Frozen Heart, technically the item has cripple. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Blind. Do you know that the only champion with a blind now is Teemo?
No, I didn't.
Because they took blind from it says Teemo. I thought Quinn's Q still had blind.
I don't know.
I guess
It's been
not.
Been a hot while. As man, I'll also bring this back to. We've been talking a lot about history today of, again, the Teemo nerfs. Season 4, first game of LCS, Bjergsen versus High. High picks Teemo. They wreck them, and then after that, Teemo's Shrooms got capped. It was a sad day in League of Legends when Teemo's Shrooms got capped.
Yeah, it was. I mean, remember, he it was a bit OP before, but even now, I think Teemo's in a pretty good spot now. Just saying.
Wait. TT are roaming up. Herald's being started by WE. We look at the items. Gale Force here for fellas. I don't want to keep taking your job. Kedaya goes in, though!
Okay.
Cast it!
All right. Well, Kedaya's already dead. WE in a choke. Look at the shurikens coming through. TT want to take them all down. WE suddenly losing the game, and this is what happens when you're at the bottom. TT with 5 kills, and holy moly, we're going for it.
TT show with Frigid. They are not the last place team in the league. They could come, they could give WE a spanking, they could have a 4K gold lead at 15 minutes, and they get a Rift Herald. They get everything.
Whoa, poggers. WE, I don't know what happened after game 1, but you decided TT just deserved the win.
You know, we brought a burst of energy because TT, they deserved a burst of energy as they also get mid lane turret. My God, it was 5K gold lead. Will definitely be 5K, especially once they drop Rift Herald. Looks like New picking up this top lane turret now. And now, I mean, TT can keep playing out through these sides where they will have pressure. And they have so many different tools of, collapsing in terms of like the Realm Warp, Lulu being able to speed up other members and try to find these picks. We see Kedaya, the one to start off by going in. Gets locked down immediately, though, and brought down, and then followed up. My God, really big ultimate coming out from Puff. UCal able to follow up as well. And I mean, just nice kills coming out across the board for the side of TT.
Yeah, and now it's a 5K gold lead. And all of a sudden, TT have just taken over again. So props once more. WE look kills. And yeah, Lyric, that's...
His team beat RNG.
They beat, and convincingly.
Not even that long ago.
And it was a really good game from them. So what is it against TT that makes them just turn into salami?
I have no idea. That is a good question. I also need to point out, coming in for my massive ego of saying, I told people to put the channel points on TT. Looks like a good investment. And I gotta say, I take a 15% cut. 15% cut of those points.
Oh, okay. How do you give channel? How do you set channel points?
I don't know. You tell me.
All right, so TT just knocking on the base. So Lyric, we'll wait until something else happens. Gotta wait till something else happens. I'm kind of moving away from... we can move away from types of crowd control if you want. I haven't found anything that's super unique. But, imagine this is a huge page. Imagine reading this document. Learning League of Legends. That's just nuts.
Well, that's why you don't. When you're learning League of Legends, you just play and just figure it out yourself. I mean, heck, again, it's obviously been a widespread thing of, even pros, right? Teams with analysts, stuff like this. A lot of the time, you are just playing and deciding what you like, and you're learning based off feel. So I've definitely the same for a new player.
Yeah.
Oh, big flank, big
Okay.
TP.
Jinx in trouble. One auto. Puff, not going to flash. He has ulti though. UCal faking it out, and down he goes. Okay. Well, there's another one. And yeah, we're kind of just putting the finishing touches on.
This gives me a question for you.
Yeah.
What is what are the hardest things to find in other countries? Something Australian you can get at home outside, but that you feel like it shouldn't be hard to find.
Well, I think Vegemite's one of the hardest things to find, but to be fair, that kind of should be hard to find. But Vegemite came from Marmite, which is a British export, and it was recreated, and Vegemite's better. By the way, Marmite is garbage. If there's any people from England in anywhere, Marmite sucks.
If there's people from England existing.
Yeah. Marmite is garbage. We can buy it here. I think we have Promite, we have Marmite. Nah, not about that. But Vegemite, dude, oh, it's great. And the problem is, like, getting into this quickly before I answer your question for real. People, like, especially from America, and this is why I respect to Hugh Jackman. He went on the Tonight Show, and he taught people how to put Vegemite on toast or whatever, on a cracker, whatever you want. Vegemite, people think it's all Vegemite. No. Slap the butter on there, and then take the tiniest bit of Vegemite and then put it across. It should just be evenly spread, and it's a nice little bitter. It's savory. It's salty. It's so salty. But you don't have the whole thing on there. That makes no sense. And I feel like people kind of misunderstand how to use it. But further to your question, what should...
I feel like I don't have any kind of like special... Like Vegemite. I don't know. What is Vegemite? Would that be considered...
It's yeast extract.
Condiment? But what would be considered?
Like a spread.
A spread.
Yeah. But it's a yeast extract. You know, Vegemite's so strong. I put it on my ulcers. And it gets rid of ulcers. Not even kidding. It's good for ulcers. Not even kidding.
Oh, Jesus.
I actually, I've got some packed. And yeah, I'll be bringing it.
So what you're saying is for WE to bring this game back, they need some Vegemite.
Yeah.
They need to spread it evenly across their bread. They need the butter. They need all of the works to be able to find the winning fight against TT. They need Shing to bring the Vegemite because he has 2 items.
Yes, indeed. I'm not going to bring you back on track. I'm simply going to ask. Your question was, what should be more available overseas that isn't? Vegemite should be one, but I don't know. The other thing from Australia, like, it was really hard in Shanghai getting bread, normal bread. It had that, and no offense, but dude, apparently American bread has a lot of sweet bread. Is that a thing? Cream?
Not as big of a thing, but wait. We need to pause.
Oh, not again.
We've seen this before. We've seen this before. If you were here for game 1, this happened. This exact thing happened.
And it was Chieftain. Frigid's done the exact same thing. Can he get there in time? It's going down fast. Death Rocket helps out over the wall. Oh, no, he's stolen it. This is why Frigid's been subbed in. Puff clean and up, and WE going down. All right. Well, that came down to a hair's breadth, and WE just tried to flip it all again.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, like you said, right, this is why Frigid came in. Frigid coming in, finding the steal. I mean, now for TT, it's felt over since it started, which is crazy to say, but after seeing how game 1 and 2 went, it's kind of felt like TT were a bit of the better team the whole time. Even in game 2, felt like the draft from WE giving them more options. This time around, though, for TT, I mean, it's just been action-packed. It's just been a bit of a stomp coming from their side. They've taken it a bit slow after finding each of these kills, but they've gotten everything on the map they wanted. 7 turrets to 1.
Yeah, the 9k gold lead. Baron again. This was close. Like, Breach got in. Only charge.
Yep. Oh, gets the smite. Not able to come out from the side of WE, and then with this, TT even have a favorable position for the fight because WE were the ones committed onto the Baron, gave time for the position to come out from TT, pick up a few kills, and now, I mean, we've seen them pick up turrets, we've seen them push into the base of WE. Looks like they even picked up Dragon while we were in that replay. So now for TT, you can start looking for those game-ending pushes. And heck, another thing you've highlighted in this series is that every game has been relatively fast in terms of when it's ended, right? I feel like every game has been pre-30 minutes, and it looks like that should hold true once again.
Yeah, it's 23 at the moment, so let's get ready. TT going to start with bot. At the very least, new sitting mid. Top side looks like it'll be slow pushing out as that wave crashes up against the turret. And here we go. Now, next question I have is what do you think needs to be made more readily available from the States that
so not from the States, but because of where I live, Mexican food. Tacos, burritos, tostadas, chimichangas, whatever it is
Frigid's dead.
WE finds something.
Okay. Now what?
Now, TT probably just keep pushing. Because you look at the item, SouthWind.
Oh my god, they're by themselves, new on the flank. UCal helping up Beishang, but look at this. BiuBiu is doing quite a lot of work. Never count out a Gwen.
Oh!
Polymorph comes through, and BiuBiu is now out of options. Puff's still alive, and that's the ace. Nice try, WE.
That's what I was saying, right? They're probably going to keep pushing because of the item differences. TT still should be able to win a 4v5. They do. TT come out above WE. Do not let the standings deceive you, because TT have not been running UCal plus Frigid.
And
Who knows?
WE
Who?
are going to Worlds. Sorry, Lou. You were saying.
I was going to say, TT have not been running Frigid plus UCal. So who knows the heights of this roster, right? We might just look at the series and be like, WE, they're 16th, like, it's whatever, of course they lose. But TT could just be this dominant. You could put them against higher tier teams, and maybe this is what the Frigid UCal combination does to people.
Sorry, Lou. It just had to come out. It just had to come out. I don't know what the series was. Oh, my God. I can't believe it went to 3 games.
By 15%.
Oh, Lyric. And people would be upset if they didn't listen to you about TT, though. You told them, you said, your points should be on TT. You're right. TT with a better team. And Lyric, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. Like, these two teams, good luck in summer. Good luck in esports. Because
I feel like maybe that's, you make it sound like they're going to disappear, but for TT, I mean, to round it out on a serious note, right? That was TT's last series of the split. So this was our farewell to TT. This was just for pride. This was just for the fact that it was on the schedule. So nice to see TT at least leave us with a better than bad impression.
do you remember, you know, we obviously didn't do it because respect for the teams. But do you remember last year, or maybe it was the year before, when Coffin Dance came out, and we all wanted to hoist up teams like TT and WE, send them out with a Coffin Dance. That's the only way to go out, honestly.
Yeah, that was a good one. I do believe, I think that was it was either 2021 spring or it was 2020. I believe it was 2020.
Yeah, it might have been.
But yeah, we obviously weren't doing that. Maybe for the best, even if it would have brought us some internal giggles. Who do you think gets MVP here?